It is.
Face the fear.
Face your fear. What's the first rule in flying? The very first rule.
Fly the airplane.
Fly the airplane. No matter what, fly the airplane. Drive the car. It doesn't matter. The very first rule is subdue your fear. Okay? You guys have fears. Did you have fear?
Loud noise.
Me?
Yeah, did you have fear?
Yes.
Yes? What was your fear? What was your first one?
Don't say my name.
When you came here, what was your first fear?
I said first that I was not good with interacting with others. So that was the first fear, which I overcame, I guess.
Rather quickly too, by the way. Okay, what happened next? What was your next fear?
And then that was the only thing.
That was the only thing? You didn't have any fear when you got in the airplane the first time?
No.
No, you were excited, huh?
Yes.
Ready to go. Okay. That's awesome. You guys have been here now for a little while. Some of you for a considerably long while.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
And some even longer. So, are you dealing with fears? Hmm? All right. Were you afraid on your first solo?
Shitting my pants. I was.
That doesn't paint a nice picture. I'm glad I don't clean the airplanes inside.
Thanks for making us do that, Bob.
So you got through it though, didn't you? You guys have fear when you fly with Prashant?
No.
Oh yeah.
But what's happening out of it?
You're facing them.
You're facing them. And what's the outcome?
Becoming better.
They're getting better.
Getting better. You're improving. You're advancing. You're moving forward. I'm proud of all you guys. You're doing such a fantastic job. I did invite some special speakers today. We have 4 guest speakers, and they're going to enlighten us. This is an article from Forbes magazine about entrepreneurs, but I thought it very appropriate for you guys learning to fly. Okay? So if you guys would all stand up, and let's give them a warm welcome to our world-renowned, lovely Durga Seedling and Come on, Durga.
Kill it.
Why me?
Wait, do you have a pen?
I do. Hi guys.
I'm going to take notes because I like to take, when somebody's speaking that may be giving you valuable information, you should really have paper and a pen to take notes. I know that's a concept you haven't grasped yet, but
Yes, sir, we do.
What's this missing?
just speak. They'll have to get over it.
Okay. For those of you who cannot understand what I've written. Okay. He that is good at making excuses is seldom good at anything else. As said by one of the greatest men in the history, Benjamin Franklin. Alright. So what it means is I'm trying to explain English, but still. If you have an excuse for everything, you're good at it. You're good at making excuses. And if you are good at making excuses, you're good at almost nothing. Because when you go for excuses, you're trying to escape something, right? And why do you want to escape something? Because you're scared. You're scared that if there's a task and you cannot accomplish it, you're gonna face what? Failure, right? It's a chain. Fear, excuses, escape, failure. It all comes down to that one big word, failure. How do you overcome this failure? How do you overcome any of this? It's all interlinked. Everything is interlinked. How do you come across? You come across all of this in your day-to-day lives. Like she said, she's got the fear. She had the fear, but she overcame it. She didn't make excuses. She didn't try to escape it. Why didn't she try to escape it? Because there was no other word. She had to do it, right? So when you are thinking of an excuse, either you're thinking there's a way out, or not. If you come down to it, if there's a way out, you'll find 100 excuses. Take me for example. He gave me the paper today, morning. I was scared.
Because you were so on time.
I don't want to give an excuse, okay? I was not on time. He gave me a sheet that has about 3 points, 4 I think. Yeah, 4 points. And he said, you're going to start off with the topic, take a no excuses approach. And that's what I did. I thought of 100 ways to put this off. I did. That's what I did in the hangar. I was thinking, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And then I thought, if this is what I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to make an excuse, I'm going to face my fear. I'm nervous, okay? I am going to face my fear, and I succeed or I don't succeed. This could be a good presentation, it could not. But I'm going to face it. Right? So I did. There is no way out. When you get this in your head, you're sure to succeed. You will. How do you succeed? Jiraz? How do you succeed? Confidence. Okay? Confidence is the key. And how do you get confidence? When you believe in yourself. You believe in yourself. You believe in yourself and you will do it. It doesn't matter, don't think of the consequences. You do it, we'll wait, we'll see. You either make it or you don't. You don't make it, you're gonna try again. And even if you don't make it then, you try again. You don't give up. Don't give up. Okay? So there's a para here that says, let me ask you this. When pressed in a life or death situation, would you find the time or money? If someone you loved was trapped in a building, would you stop trying to rescue them if the front door was locked? No, of course not. You'd try the back door, then the windows, or every other possible way, right? That's what I said. You make it. You don't quit, right? You stop giving excuses.
Jesus, bro.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Your cell phone's away.
Cell phones are supposed to be turned.
That's a parasite.
That's a parasite.
So ironic, eh, Bob?
Yeah.
Confidence is the key. Like we watched that small clip, Will Smith said, fear is a product of our imagination, right? Imagination of what? How your future is going to turn out to be. You have so many things imagined for yourself, for the future. You want to go to a big airline, you want to be the captain in a couple of years. You want so many things. You want to travel the world, you want to make enough money, buy a big house, buy an island maybe, buy a cruise. Yeah, so many things. What's stopping you?
Fear.
Fear. And when you have that fear, what do?
Get rid of it.
You think of ways to not do it because you're scared that you're going to fail, right? Overcome that fear. Build confidence. You don't build confidence, you don't have self-esteem, you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. I had a flight with Prashant. My first flight after, I think, 3 months, on and off. Okay. I was so scared.
Yeah, we know.
I was so scared. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw that. I made excuses. I said, the weather's not fine, the plane's not right, you know, I'm not feeling well. I put it off. I put it off for a long time. Put it off for about 3 days, and there was no way out. I had to do it. He wouldn't take no for an answer. I couldn't take no for an answer, right? So I got into the plane, and I said, whatever happens, happens. He's gonna evaluate me for being bad. He's gonna evaluate me on not doing my assignments right, not working hard enough. But he's gonna evaluate me, no matter what, right? So I might as well just go and do it. I was disappointed. He was disappointed. He was so disappointed with me that I had a 1-hour post-briefing, which is a long briefing, by the way. Okay, you are not supposed to have a 1-hour post-briefing. It's not acceptable. It was not acceptable by my standards, for me. I was disappointed in myself, and I was scared. I thought, maybe this isn't for me, because I didn't do what I was supposed to have done, you know? I've been here for what, about a year now, and I was sad. I was scared, I was sad, my self-esteem was low, my confidence was low, I was finding excuses. I feared I am a big failure. That didn't stop me though. Why? I have a bigger failure. I have a bigger fear, sorry about that. I have a bigger fear that I'm not gonna be successful. That I'm not going to be able to achieve my dreams. And I have big dreams. I have big, big, big dreams. If I let this fear inside and made excuses, I would have escaped. And then what? I would have failed. One failure leads to failure number 2, which leads to failure number 3, which leads to failure number 4, and in total, you become a failure in life. The fear of being a failure in life was nothing. The fear of me not being satisfied at the end of my life was greater than all of these fears put together. All of them. That was not acceptable. I went back home that day. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I got back up the next day. I came to school. I told Prashant, I'm not going to disappoint you the next time. My 55-minute post-briefing reduced to 15 minutes of post-briefing on my second flight. Why? Because I stopped escaping. Why did I stop escaping? Because I stopped giving excuses. Stop giving excuses. I was not on time today. I was not on time. I could have given a million excuses. I don't want to. I was just late. Stop giving excuses. Thank you.
Good topic of
Jaws.
feel the fear. So,
Jerry.
Jerry, come on, let's give a hand for Jerry.
It's not going to be that long though.
Thank God.
I did half of the job for you anyway.
I know, but
Just continue.
erase this off.
Go ahead.
Go with it. It feels good.
Should I just read it off?
Go ahead, Rick.
Alright. So, feel the fear, but do it anyway. The ego that creates fear to keep you small. For example, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of humiliation, fear of making mistakes, fear of losing it all, fear of the unknown, and on it goes. The list is huge. All entrepreneurs I know experience fear. What separates those who are successful and those who allow fear to hold them back is willingness to act in spite of the fear. The best way to get over fear is to walk directly into it. It takes courage, but you know what? Walking into the fear is never as bad as you think it's going to be. Instead, you'll find it liberating.
So how's that affected you?
It did while doing the ADX. I mean, I was really scared and intense about the course, the way everyone was putting it out. Like, you know, it's gonna be super this, it's super difficult and stuff. But then, I mean, I was scared. I was like, okay, maybe, you know, I'm just gonna do it as all others take, like 2 months, 3 months to just get done with the course. But then I was like, no, I have to do it in 1 month because I didn't have much time. I wanted to go back, and I didn't want to even lose a single day, basically honest. So I just studied, and then the day of my check ride, I was like, I had no clue what's gonna happen, and then just made it. So just ran into the field.
So the fear was all in your own imagination.
It was a big one. I mean, first it was this small, then it became this huge. The day of the examination, and then I made it.
Awesome.
I was like, even if it doesn't happen, I mean, it's worth trying. So
Okay.
even now.
All right. Good job. Let's hear it for who was unfortunately given less time than the rest of you because the first guest speaker disappeared.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Disappear?
So let's hear it for Bomik. He's going to enlighten us now.
Oh my. First time in front of cameras after 3 months.
I'll do this.
It's recording. And
I'll do this.
it's good. My topic today is be willing to stretch your out of your comfort zone. So, is there anyone like, I'm not gonna explain everything to you guys. This is gonna be more interactive session. I don't want to say everything because we all know what this is. Get out of your comfort zone. Why? You want to achieve something, right? First thing, you have your goals, you have your dream that okay, I want to achieve this, but why we're not getting closer to that? First thing she told, fear. What if I'm gonna not make it? What if I'm not able to do that thing? Second thing, as she mentioned, confidence. Confidence is the key wherever you go. So let's hear it. As Bob told you, like this topic was given to someone else, but I guess he was not willing to stretch out of his comfort zone and stand in front of us. Well, that's fine. So let's face it. Let's make it more interactive, quick. So I'll go with you, Charlene. What's your dream or goal?
A goal. Well, right now is to finish my multi-engine rating.
All right. You want to finish your multi-engine as soon as possible, right?
Right.
So for that, whenever Prashant has time, let's say 6 in the morning, 10 in the night, right? He's gonna call you up. Okay, we're gonna fly tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Be ready. You have to get up at 4, get the weather at 5, and make everything ready at 6, right?
Yep.
Why? You want your multi-engine rating to get it done quickly.
It's the
And
one.
to do that, what you need to do?
You have to have the one.
You have to sacrifice some other thing, like, I want to sleep for 10 hours. Do you think you're gonna make it? No, right? It's the same thing. If you want to achieve something, just have that thing in mind and focus on that. Forget about everything for like short time period or something. Okay, if I not get enough sleep for one day, that's fine. What's more important? My flight, right? It's gonna call you up at 10 in the night, you're gonna fly at 6. You're gonna say, okay, yeah, I'll be ready. Why? You want to do that. So sleep, other things doesn't matter to you. Let's say you have an appointment or you have a date or something at 10 at night, and you're gonna say, I'm not gonna going for that, right? You have big thing in your mind, and for that you're willing to do anything you can, right?
Priorities.
Priorities. Yep. Let's hear from Durga that on her first flight with Prashant, you said you were nervous. You couldn't sleep at that night, right? But the next day you came and talked to him and like, I'm not going to disappoint you. Why? What did you think at that night? Why I'm here? I have a goal. I want to be a pilot anyways. If I need to fly with Prashant, I need to raise my standards. I need to put more efforts, I'm gonna put it. That's what you must have thought at that night, right? And the next morning you come up with, I'm gonna do it anyways. If you're gonna think that, no, reading for 6 hours is not my thing, like not getting enough sleep for reading or all the stuff is not my thing, you're not gonna make it, right? So you made a decision at that point. If I have to sacrifice something, I'll do it. For what? For why I'm here and what I want to achieve in my life. So you always stretch out of your comfort zone if you want to achieve something. There's never such thing, you're gonna sit and you're gonna get million things.
I think you need to think along these lines.
You have.
There's no way that you can compromise on your dreams.
Exactly.
There is no way.
Exactly.
And if you have dreams that are going to make you feel satisfied at the end of the day, then you have to come out of your comfort zone. There is no other way.
Perfect. Perfect.
You want to achieve it, then you have
You
to
have
put
to
in
do
your
it.
extra hours.
Right? You have to do it.
There is no way you can say, you know what, maybe this thing is not for me. There is no thing called this isn't for me.
Exactly.
It's not.
So let's hear from Terence here. Like your previous flight's cool, they shut it off and everything. You have to go back, right? You went back to Malaysia, and then what time period? 6 months, 7 months? You were there, approximately
11 months.
11 months. You were there, right? You could have chosen another field. Like you were just private at that point. You already spent money, and you had no clue that whether you're gonna get your money back or no, right? You had that 11 month of time frame with your family and everything. So you might have gone for another career option, except being in aviation, right?
That's right.
But the thing is that you choose again to come here to
That's
fly, to get your commercial pilot license. Why? Because that's your dream, right? If you thought in this 11 months like, no, I don't want to go to USA or anywhere in the world to complete my commercial, I would stay here with family and I would do something else. You would have gone that, but you didn't. Why? You get out of your comfort zone of your own country with your family. You get out of here, you get out from there and come here to achieve something, right? If you would have thought at that point that, oh, it's been 11 months, what if I'm not gonna make it or something? I don't want to waste my time. Let me do something else in next 2 years or something, and I can be successful in another field. But no, why? You had that goal, and as I say, you want to achieve it anyways.
Yeah.
So you get out of your comfort zone. Even at that point, you had really bad experience, and still you went for it because you really wanted it. It's the same thing. Whenever you want something, there's no way you're gonna get succeed in one go. There are gonna be millions of failure. Just be ready for it.
You just deal with it.
You just deal with it and do it anyways. Deal with it and do it anyways. But that's all I got.
Excellent. Again, great presentation with like a 2.5 minute notice. Good job. All right, and our last speaker, our final speaker for today is going to be our favorite student, Shalyn. So let's hear it for Shalyn.
Alright guys, how are we all doing today?
Yeah.
Everyone ready to listen for 15, 20
Oh
hours?
God, please.
Are you
I
gonna be
need a
another
nap.
Bob? No.
Yeah.
No.
Alright guys. Today, I want to talk to you about Bob. Alright, let's get serious. So, I like the fact that you guys are thinking about failure and stuff like that. But when it comes down to failure, what I think it's just a lesson. That's all it is. That's what failure is. It's a lesson. It can't be anything else. Failure isn't going to stop you. It's a limitation. That's all. But my topic for today is self-sabotage. What does sabotage mean? This means I'm opening up the floor for people to talk.
This means you can do it yourself.
Just making sure. So I don't embarrass myself on the video. So, self-sabotage, right? Sabotage is a big word. You know, you can sabotage a building, and army, stuff like that. They sabotage people because they have to. They're told to do that. Same thing here. You can do that to yourself. How? Just like we talked earlier. Everyone talked about it. Fear, failure. I mean, that's just a lesson for me. Because I failed several times. I failed classes, stuff like that. I've talked to you guys about it. But what I think about self-sabotage is, let's say you're walking down a path. And right at the end, you see a big goal. And this is self-sabotage. Nice to be on it. And then you're walking like this. Oh, let's do that again. And then you're crawling. Why would you do that to yourself? Makes sense, right? You don't want to do that. See, the moment you do that, you're going to be less confident. You're going to be less, talking, interactions, less this, less that. And that causes one big word. Nowadays, if you look at online surveys, anything, they talk about anxiety. Oh, I have anxiety. Why do you have that? Well, it's all within. That's what I believe. It's all within. It's all up here. Anything you limit yourself is up there. So, to move forward, to build confidence, you need to stop doing that by creating distractions, like Bob's cell phone today. Right, Bob?
You betcha.
Yeah.
Turn them off.
See, he's been yelling at us the whole time. And he just, bang! I was gonna listen, Bob. Just kidding, Bob, I'm not going. So that also creates, sorry, that's all.
It's okay, buddy.
It also creates fear, right? That's another thing you talked about. That's what we all talked about. To get to the big goal, don't sabotage yourself. Don't do that. It's like saying, you know what? There's my priorities. I'm gonna put those down. Because I have a cell phone here. It's more important. Spending family time or spending time with yourself in a room. What's more important? Well, to me, spending family time. Just, I like to, when I was out with a bunch of friends, like over Christmas break, I was out in Ohio. So there are a bunch of younger people, there's one older person too. We're hanging out, and they're just on their phones. And I'm looking at them, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, I'm talking to my friend over there, across the world. So I said, okay, so you're telling me I came here because you guys asked me to over this Christmas break, and you can talk to someone else. When I came here, 1 week, where's the time? All the time, we do that. Even here, I've seen it. when we go out to eat lunch, we sit there, and then people are on cell phone. Spend time with each other. Less anxiety. The more we talk, the better we get. Communication gets better. You know, you feel better. Self-confidence builds up. And that comes right down the drain. And that's all. Simple. So, don't use your phone. Thank you. How's that one?
Excellent. It was good. It was very good. Yeah, one occasion it happens to us.
Good job.
Good job, Shalin.
Thank you.
Don't.
Oh, let's sabotage again, yeah? I'm gonna bang myself right on the foot.
Okay,
Nathan's asking.
couple of things we need to cover here. Your study rooms. When you guys leave here in the evening, it shouldn't look like anybody was ever in the room. And there's a room, and I won't mention whose,
We know.
that usually looks like somebody unloaded a dump truck of trash in it.
Don't look at me, it's on my room.
I didn't mention names.
Don't look at me! Stop looking at me.
So let's get them cleaned up before we head out in the evening. All right? Also, in the
Can I
school,
mention one thing? The only reason she's saying, don't look at me, is because she knows that if she sits there,
Not the only one.
I know. There's more than one sitting in there.
Uh-uh.
Okay, in the school, what's our language?
English.
English.
Let's adhere to that policy. If you're in the school, even if you're eating lunch, English is your language. For what reason? Why?
Because it's the international language for pilots.
I'm glad
That's how we
somebody answered that.
communicate.
It's English.
It's just like, actually, to bring up that, just like the thing, the
At the
seminar.
seminar,
The
right?
seminar. So we went to seminar, last week?
Yeah?
Yeah, that was Friday.
Last week?
This week.
2 days ago.
It's
Where are you?
Alright,
Time gets
this
away
week-
from you, huh?
Right, it flies. I love it here, so it does fly. But they mentioned that the pilots use a different language. Maybe they thought they were good at Russian because this was an event that happened in Russia. Not an event.
It was a
a
crash.
disaster. How
It
about
was a
that?
disaster, yes.
So they didn't use the English language. So that could confuse. There's 3 different pilots. Okay. There's 2 pilots and there's one engineer, right?
No, navigator.
Or navigator. Yeah, whatever it was. But they didn't talk to English, right? Not everyone understands Russian. Not everyone understands Gujarati, what I speak, Hindi, anything. So that's why
Okay.
it's important
It's
to
important.
use the English language.
Inside the school, all your conversations are in English. For that reason, you have got to clean up your language. The more you practice it, the better you'll be at it. Enunciating your words clearly so the air traffic controllers can hear you even though the radios on the airplane are garbage and squeaky and squawky and they have to understand your language.
But is it okay if I use my Indian accent?
When you're singing in the shower prior to coming to school, it's perfectly fine. Okay? Inside the building, here, let's adhere to that policy.
What?
Let me see, who else gave me great things? You know, one of the people that I asked talked about confidence, and then Durga brought confidence up again. The best way for you guys to build confidence is practice. Airplanes sitting in the hangar not flying, get in it and start going through the motions of a flight. Start getting familiar with it. Memorize it. Build confidence in that airplane. And go watch the movie Sully again.
Maybe a couple of times.
Maybe a couple of times. Huh?
No, that gives you overconfidence.
I have no clue
That's
what
what
he
hockey
just
pilots
babbled.
like him.
Say Top Gun.
Top Gun. How about Sully? The only reason he understood and could do what he did is because he was very, very familiar with that aircraft and its performance characteristics.
Right.
So start practicing in the hangar. You have all the time in the world to sit here and play games, watch YouTube, spend it in the airplane. Familiarize yourself with the airplane, how it flies, its performance curves. You guys can do that. Standards. Who sets the highest standard here?
Yourself.
Huh?
No. It's supposed to
Why
be
don't you
yourself.
speak up?
You are supposed
Quit
to-
babbling and mumbling so that I can understand what you're
I
saying.
said Bob.
He's just
I don't
talking to
set
himself.
anybody's standard.
Exactly. That's why I said you gotta set
Who
it
sets the
yourself.
highest standard in the school?
Yourself.
You yourself.
You are supposed to say
Is your
own
standard
standards.
higher than Prashant's?
Of course, it should be.
It better be.
Yeah.
Exactly. Should be.
So your flights with him should be reviewing what you have already studied, pointing out the places you need to improve, and they shouldn't be an hour-long discussion on failure. So set your standards up there. Come on. You guys know exactly what you have to do. What's the next step? What's your next step? Do you know what your next step is? Do you know where to find your next step?
Syllabus.
Wow, what a good answer. So, start working on it. You know what your steps are. You know where to find them. Start preparing yourself for your flights and your check rides with Prashant. Don't wait for somebody to tell you what to do. You're adults now. Act like adults. Step up to the plate and get stuff done. Alrighty. Stay focused on what you have set your goal. Stay focused so that you're heading in the right direction. And there's a quote from a guy who I like to read. His name is Zig Ziglar. He talks about motivation. Somebody once complained to him that motivation only lasts a short time. And he said, so does bathing, that's why you have to do it frequently. Stay motivated. Find that thing that's going to motivate you and stay there. Move in the direction to completion. Don't stop. Okay? And be consistent. Once you start the process, don't change it. Be consistent. Do it daily. Okay? Consistently read, consistently study, and study together. You guys need to go do your little presentation things with Bomik. You need to start doing that. Everybody get a topic and do a presentation on it for the other students. That was a great idea, and it gave you opportunity to learn. If you want to learn how to do something, teach it. And I think that pretty much covers our stuff for the day. Except for, what, are you in a hurry?
Sometimes. When I have a flight at 6 in the morning, yeah.
You guys are good. Now, I told you, we had a discussion here early on. I told you this is your place of failure.
Yeah.
This is. Failure is an opportunity to learn. If it didn't succeed the first time, do it again. The people who fail because they stop. They quit. Failure is just another opportunity for you. Let's not stop moving forward. And that pretty much takes care of it, guys. You did a great job today. Excellent presentations. I'll come up with something more creative next week. Until next Tidy Day.
All right. Good job, guys.